Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Pro League Matchday 23 for the North American region. I am PDG, and beside me is Sean Bale Carlson. Today we'll be taking you through the first matchup and the second matchup today, but we've got CLG coming up against eUnited in what should be a pretty closely contested matchup. I mean, both of these teams fighting off relegation in the ESL Pro League, so a lot to play for here, even though the teams don't have the best run of form leading into this game. We saw eUnited feature yesterday and get touched up a little bit, but they need to bounce back here.
Look, absolutely. As you rightfully pointed out, both these teams need to get wins here to avoid playing off for their spot in the Pro League. So, and I mean, for CLG to go from finals last season into a position like that, they've got to be feeling for it. But as we kick things off in Pistol here, we'll be on board with eUnited as they look to try and take control of Long early. The shot's been exchanged there. CTs, however, will do the double boost on the site and set themselves up to prevent this push up Long. And there it is, Ethan. Ethan with a triple there. Make that a quad on Pistol round. CLG have come to play.
Very good start there from Ethan. He just basically laid waste to the incoming eUnited attack. And they didn't even get out the long section of A to the cross. It was already Ethan taking them down. 4 headshots there, I think, as well. So he started with a couple of really nice clicks to the head there for CLG, and that's what they need. And they've needed a lot more from their players this season, and I guess that's a good way to start for today, at least.
Early aggression coming out from CLG onto short here, trying to get control of mid and find that information. Quite a few deagles across the board there for eUnited as well, so a little bit of investment coming into this round, but those SMGs are going to start to go to work here, and Cutler gets himself a double. Make that a tray, as he does find TCK down towards lower dark. The remaining eUnited team now, grouped up towards that long part. We will have Vice and A2Z try to make these deagles do some magic. And there we go, there's one. But not before being traded out by Sub Rosa, so it's all going to be on Vice here at Long to maybe do a little bit more damage with that deagle. But another round should be in the bag for CLG here.
Yeah, very nice work there from the CLG players, just making sure that the SMGs get those kills. That was a bad option there for Hazed, actually, taking that scout kill away from one of the SMGs, pushing the long hut and grabbing that kill. Just a loss of money there for the CLG team. And I guess it's the little things that, at this point, for CLG, would start to add up. They'd be scratching their heads, as you said, last season, doing so well. Yeah. And at the moment, just struggling a little bit. But nevertheless, when you see those sorts of mistakes and lacks of communication, you can understand exactly what's gone wrong for them this season.
As Cutler here is going to be pressured here towards middle. Does get the first one onto TCK. Hayes just chimed in with a great P250 frag there, and that's thwarted the aggression coming out of middle by eUnited. And that Molotov is also going to slow things down, but Cutler hits the flashed headshot with the scout there, as Shinobi did try to run through that Molotov, and now it's all going to be on A2Z. Trying to get something done, and he's unable to. Cutler will get another P250 frag, and another eco round navigated flawlessly there by CLG.
Yeah, absolutely. Crushing there from Cutler. It was weird. He didn't even unscope that guy at the doors. He got flashed. He used his scope like you normally would, and he fired. So it was a great piece of awareness there from Cutler as CLG pick up the first 3 rounds and start their campaign pretty well here against eUnited. Now, the format, of course, isn't a best of 2. It's 2 best of 1s that the teams play against each other in a home and away format. Yeah. This is a lot better for the points distribution. Yeah. And it's allowed the competition to really separate the men from the boys, and unfortunately for both of these teams, they are towards the bottom, but still a lot to play for here because those bottom few teams do get relegated or have to fight for their spots for next season. Yeah. So a lot, as I said, on the line here as Cutler gets flashed out of short and pushed back towards CT spawn.
Yeah, United done a pretty good job here to take control of short. They have bought into this round quite convincingly. Shinobi will bring out that AWP. CLG opting to keep Scout and an SMG going into this buy, so a little bit outgunned here as Vice will find Sub Rosa here, excuse me. And that's a great opening frag there for eUnited if they plan to pincer onto this A bomb site, as we will see most of the boys grouped up in short. Cutler here with that scout's going to have to come up big for his team. He will get some rotation in from Ethan, but CJ has just 1G'd himself.
Not sure exactly how much damage came out from the United player on himself, but even still, he's burnt to death. So CLG here, 2 versus 2, but the HP fully in favour of Kusta and Hayes. That AWP and SMG will play a part here, but TCK will get that smoke off to short and at least buy some time here for CLG.
TCK does get the plan. He's in a pretty good position here, well supported by his teammate at long, but the rotation or the retake is going to be a double player pushed in through short. So as they set themselves up here, it's worth pointing out both players for the CT side have kits as well. As the utility does come out, TCK is going to have to come up big. And there it is. Shots start to be exchanged. TCK with the first headshot. What a shot as well. That leaves Kusta with that SMG. Not optimal for that range. And yep, he's going to bail. So eUnited will secure the first gun round.
Yeah, really weird retake there by CLG. eUnited doing a good job of taking the A-bomb site late on in the round, but CLG there just doing a few bits and pieces that didn't go their way. Not a huge fan of just solo pushing long hut through a smoke. Like, professional Counter-Strike players just need to maybe sometimes take the safer approach in these sorts of situations, because the respect for your opponent is important. Now, for me, you need to be taking less risk in the first gun round than that, especially when your teammate in Cutler only had a scout and one of your teammates has an SMG. You cannot push with one of those rifles into the long hut and get taken out early on, as it was Sabrosa doing that. And that really put CLG in a hole, so they're going to have to tighten up their hold. As you can see here, they've purchased into those weapons once again, holding onto those SMGs, and the scout was okay because now obviously CLG can force the buy in this round. But it was just the long push that was unnecessary there, and as I said, those little things for CLG that maybe were going right from last season, just at the moment, the little bit, their lack of discipline shows from time to time, and they need to basically clean that up, because for me, eUnited can't really beat them. CLG are going to have to beat themselves here.
Absolutely, and we will see the double AWP setup coming out from Technologic Gaming, as Cutler will cop a lot of damage there, unable to connect his first shot. Will be supported by Sabrosa though, and this A-side defense is well and truly on here. Opening 2 frags will go the way of CLG, but this flank from long is going to be brutal as Vice gets himself a triple to really crack things back open for his team, and it now will be a 2v3 retake. Sorry, make that a 2v2 and the bomb will not go down as Kusta bowls TCK middle stump. Vice there gets his 4th for the round. He will be on an ace here. And A2Z to take the last frag, but Vice on that long flank to support his teammates who were booked, for lack of a better term, coming up that short play. But he's managed to find himself a quad there on that long and keep his team alive here.
Horrible communication there from CLG. One player flanking long on a default A split, and 3 of your players gets caught out from one long flanking player. You know, it's just sloppy there from CLG. They had that covered. They held the short push really well, but someone has to be aware enough to turn around before he gets 3 kills. You can't allow that to happen. But it was really nice shooting from Vice there, and nice timing as well. So credit where credit is due to the eUnited player, but you just can't get 3 from that position. He didn't do anything special to get out the long doors, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely, and you're spot on. And crucially, though, CLG invested into that round with the double AWP. So really expensive round going down there for CLG. And if they're not careful, they're going to find themselves in some economy troubles going into the rest of this round. As I say that, though, eUnited will open things up on this round. It is an eco coming out from CLG. We do have a couple of upgraded pistols, but United being very careful at the way they approach this, just trying to take control of the territory in mid before opting either push up through short by the looks of it. So going to be some pressure here on Ethan on that A site any second now.
Should be a bit of a clean sweep here for eUnited. The utility is so far in favour of eUnited, so you can see that the kills come out quickly. But for me, it's going to be more about how many times eUnited decide to hit the A-bomb site in this game. yesterday we saw them play, and they were just going towards B way too much, and they just really got shut down there by the SK players. I think it was yesterday, Taco and the likes at B. Obviously, CLG not in the class of SK, so you don't have to be so concerned about that happening. But at the same time, they just looked clunky going towards the B bomb site, and it wasn't really effective for them. And they looked fantastic hitting A.
Yeah.
So they were able to catch SK out a fair bit yesterday in that A bomb site between the two rotations. So eUnited here do pose a threat to CLG. Let's not be mistaken. However, again, I'll have to emphasize it will be CLG beating themselves here because I don't think eUnited quite have the firepower to keep up, and that's going to be 1-2 for Hazed, and Shinobi fires back with that AWP.
Yep, the AWP battle well and truly on here. Hayes does get that double, so puts his team in a pretty favourable situation at the moment, but eUnited now, they are a little bit spread out. They've got 2 players towards Lower Dark, just trying to sound out any potential pushes, while I believe that's Vice lurking towards those long doors. So he's about to have an encounter with Sub-Rosa here, and he will win that. He's put down to 10 HP, but does even up the numbers here as the rest of his team looks like they're setting up for a B hit.
Yeah, well played here from eUnited. Not the classic B rush that they were having problems with yesterday. They're going slow B, but it does look as though the bomb has maneuvered itself towards Lower Dark, and they're coming back to A, which isn't the best situation for them because 2 members of CLG actually are now regrouping onto that A bomb site. So they've taken the least favourable of the 2 options. However, it is still 3 versus 2, and they do have some positioning here, but I think they're going to be thwarted here by Ethan. No, Shinobi picks up 1. Cutler needs to get the double here, otherwise the round is over here for CLG, and he does not. So TCK there taking down Cutler, and now he should get the bomb plant down for his teammate at long, who doesn't really need to cross, and he doesn't. Vice making his way back towards platform.
Absolutely, and Kusta here with the DWP. Slowly working his way up from CT, just trying to find an angle on that planter. At least sound him out. I think Kusta's actually going to go for this. I think he's fully aware. Goes for the pre-aim, does make it land. Swings straight around towards long because he knows he didn't see the other player cross. Is he going to sit this?
He's got no kit.
I think he's going to sit this. Vice is going to count out the 5 seconds.
I think he's lagged out. He has to be lagged out. There's no way.
Surely.
There's no way that he's allowed him to just straight defuse with no peek. Vice has to have disconnected there.
That would be devastating. If that's the case. No, he's dropped a weapon. Has he?
No, Vice is still there with the
Yeah,
silent
Vice
ball.
is very much still there.
Nope,
so
he's dropped a weapon now. That's disappointing. That moment when you think someone's AFK and then they drop a weapon.
Yeah.
Wow. The full 10-second defuse coming in.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly what Vice's end game was there. Yeah, he'll have to talk me through that one day. But for the moment, CLG pick up the round almost inexplicably there. And they'll benefit greatly from that. Cutler's got that AWP in his hand. Diffuse kit in tow as well. Decent utility spread across the CLG members, but 2 Famouses and the UMP is going to make it hard to fight with those rifles on the T side.
Absolutely, and Cutler going to have to come up big with that AWP for his team. eUnited definitely coming out with a full buy here, and they're putting a little pressure on mid. Trying to find maybe a frag towards short as well, and that's where Ethan will be in mid with his FAMAS. He's getting all the information he possibly can for his teammates, but eUnited not doing anything too aggressively at the moment. Very patient, very methodical in the way that they're approaching this middle part of the map, and they seem to like taking short at the start of almost all of their defaults. They
do, and they should. They've had great success doing that, and now you can see Vice, who has had a lot of success at long, despite his efforts last round to clutch out on that full defuse, but he's been doing fantastic work out of that long area, just baiting out the kills. Kusta spotting mid from a very, very defensive position, and he'll spot that smoke, although not very effective there. That's misthrown by eUnited through those mid doors. It's gone a little bit too deep. Ethan will wait and lie there, and it will be Cutler taking down the oncoming players there for eUnited. He'll get a 2nd kill as well. TCK onto Sub-Rosa, but Cutler's very quick to do the damage there. Cutler with the quad kill from the A ramp, and that's going to bode well for CLG. Now, the second AWP has been picked up, and that will be thrown across to Kusta. Surprising that he doesn't have the primary AWP, but, you know, when Cutler's doing that sort of work, there's, you know, there's nothing really to complain about there.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, eUnited tried to set up there for an A pincer and have just been absolutely cut down by Cutler, the one and only. So, I mean, a little bit of poor utility use coming out of short from eUnited. Really sold, I think it was Shinobi down the creek there with that first AWP shot from Cutler. But Kusta going to open things up in this round with a really great AWP shot. He will be supported. So it's double AWP set up in mid at the moment, and there are tags going everywhere as TCK will cop a shot with that AWP. He actually does get both the AWPers with his Tech-9. So massive play coming out from TCK. And that's going to slow things right up here as both teams look to reset.
And ACS. 2 AWPers firing as many AWP shots as they can at the same terrace with the Tech-9, and both end up going down.
Yeah.
Just a little bit clunky there from CLG, you'd have to say, as Hayes picks up the kill there at B. But for me, it's going to have to be CLG reclaiming these AWPs in mid. They have made moves back there, so Hayes is in position. But if he goes down here and they're forced to clutch out the round, those 2 AWPs are going to remain in mid. And they're going to lose so much economy if they haven't already. This is a chance here for Ethan to get the final couple of kills. But that second AWP for CLG going down and being lost at mid doors.
Yep.
It's unfortunate that happened, but you know, that's what you get for double picking like that in that situation. And CLG could take a pretty decent 6-3 lead. So as I said, eUnited here, they're playing hard, but at the end of the day, it's going to be CLG who beat themselves. There's too much skill and individual aim on that team for eUnited to really deal with right now. And yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for them, but they need to concentrate more on I guess a faster A-side hit, which was really successful for them against SK yesterday.
Yeah.
Go back to basics and get some of those split picks working. Vice coming out long doors late, things that were successful for you. Go back to that and see if you can get a few more rounds on the board.
CJ will spot a couple of CTs. Rather aggressive on the short as well, and I mean, that's no surprise. eUnited have used that point there, that choke point there to mount a lot of their offense. This time, though, slowing things up again. Opting to spread out a little bit more. Sending a couple of players towards upper dark, but they're now starting to congregate back towards middle. And I'd expect to see another A pincer on the card. So as the terrorists do get themselves positioned, Cutler with that AWP is going to be called to action once again. And Sabrosa needs to be careful here, not to be caught off guard. And the CTs.
Yeah, it's going to be a very slow, methodical round here for eUnited, but they must be careful that they don't leave themselves too little time. Now Shinobi will make the move into short with that AWP to see if he can get the pick. Ethan rotating back to CT spawn. So they've misread this one, have CLG, and eUnited have a fantastic opportunity to push in here. But look at the clock. No wonder CLG are rotating. 20 seconds to go, and now they've finally tried to push in. And it's just a shooting gallery here for Cutler once again. He gets 1, he gets 2, and he's going to try and prevent the bomb plant from going down. It will be TCK getting another one. Nope, Cutler trades straight away. So another great round for Cutler. I think he's jetting along to about 15 kills now in 9 rounds.
Yeah.
So he's pumping along quite nicely for his team. 16, 4, and 6. And CJ not bothering to trouble the scorers just yet, as CLG take a 7-3 commanding lead in Dust2.
Look, to be fair to CJ, I think he was the player who 1G'd himself on that molly. So he's bounced back from -1. So he's moving forward.
Okay.
Moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a rare situation where you do move forward to 0. But
yes.
Nevertheless, he is taking advantage of that. And CLG will take control of the long area. But for me, this slow and methodical sort of style by eUnited, they're just not good enough at it to get it to work for them. I know that they're trying to make it work, but at the moment, it's kind of looking like, you know, square peg, round hole situation where they're trying to make this, they're forcing this play style upon themselves.
Yeah.
When they had a lot of success yesterday, just really speeding up the tempo and taking fast long control, and just putting heaps of pressure on the A bomb site. They looked great doing it, and hopefully they can get back to that as soon as possible.
Well, they're opting for this slow A-pincer setup once again, getting a couple of players in position at short and leaving, I believe it's Vice, over towards those long doors. So once they've taken control of that, they seem to then mount their offense from that position. But I'd be avoiding Cutler at all costs at the moment. Him with that AWP has been able to lock down this A-bomb site. Nonetheless, though, eUnited still opting to have a real spread early in this, or even the middle way through this round. We have 35 seconds to go in this round, and I'm still not sure they even know what they want to do.
No, not just yet. CJ will make his way. I mean, that's the kill that will open up the round. Nicely done there. Hayes will push out, but he gets a nice spray transfer actually onto the head of CJ, but CJ able to pick up a double. It's a good contribution from him, considering his performance so far. And that's what they need from all of their players. Stepping up, getting those entry kills, and moving a bit quicker through the map as they have completely cornered CLG off from retaking this B-bomb site. And A2Z, they're smashing Cutler, who's been in great form with that orb, but no match there for the Galil in mid, and eUnited will pick up their fourth.
Yeah, actually a really good round coming out there from eUnited. They've identified that the A-bomb site where Cutler has been holding... hasn't been working for them so much early in the way that they've been approaching it. They've given a mid to B play a go, and it's worked out as they're able to find both the frags rather quickly there with some good trading. So they need to be careful so they don't all run into CLG. Looking to try and get that orb off Ethan, but he will be able to keep that. eUnited, though, get a gun round on the board here.
They certainly do, and they need the rest of these in this half. They need the next 4 to make this really a competitive match. You expect the likes of Cutler to be able to use that orb to good effect on the T side as well. So he's going to cross quickly to B, but I thought for just a moment we were going to see some quick long aggression from eUnited, but they wisely hold off as the Molotov comes into the long hut from the CLG members. CLG just setting up here at the long side of things. It is Sabrosa and Kusta doing that, but Sabrosa now left on an island here at long by himself, and you can see his little dot on the radar, and it's just sort of floating around, playing aggressively. So he needs to be careful he doesn't get picked off again at that long hut, otherwise could go south of the border here for CLG.
As Hayes, there it is, he's pushed in from upper dark to lower dark, and he gets himself a double kill towards the mid there, and that's not the start eUnited wants there. And with that information, they will now know where the terrorists are, at least, or know where they're not at the very least. And there's going to be that presence now towards this A-bomb site as eUnited find themselves in a 3v5 situation. This frag here is going to be crucial if CJ can make it work. He does. Unfortunately, though, Cutler did find a frag on device as well. So 2v4 situation for eUnited as they push up this long part of the A-bomb site. Great CT smoke there, which will buy him an opportunity to cross into sight. But if they don't clear Kusta here, which... Oh, CJ. We'll get the frag onto Cutler, but will be traded instantly there by Kusta. And CLG will move to 8 plays 4 here. And looking quite strong on their CT side so far.
Yeah, this is eUnited's map pick as well. So they're struggling a little bit. You can understand why they picked Dust2. They've had good results on it in the past, and yesterday they did look quite decent in the first few rounds against SK. So coming into this one, you'd think to yourself, CLG, not such a favoured opponent compared to SK. We can do some things here on Dust2, but they haven't gone to what made them successful against SK.
Yeah.
So what, as I know, I've reiterated so many times that that quicker play style and that fast-paced action really suited them. They're able to get a lot of players out of position on SK, and if you could do that to SK, I'm sure you can do it to CLG. And TCK picks up that pistol kill, and Kusta replies there. So the eUnited guys on eco, just a few pistols scattered across with not a lot of armor or resource there. And the 3 remaining members of eUnited will funnel towards B here and try and take on Cutler, but this is going to be a pretty grim side here as Cutler actually flies away and misses a few times. He's got 1, he's got 2, but Ethan will get there in time to save the day. 9-4, CLG, and they do look like they're in some decent form right now.
Yeah, definitely, and I mean, a rare moment there for Cutler in this game where a couple of misses back-to-back. Still able to get the job done there, and his team's looking very strong here with a 9-4 score margin. eUnited buying into this round with 4 Galils and only the 1 AK on Shinobi. Utility's also very light, so maybe they might pick up the pace here a little bit. opting not to, though. Going for 3 players towards upper dark, and uh-oh. Bomb carrier's about to be in a lot of trouble. Cutler peeking with that AWP. No, TCK gets the first one. Tries to get the second one as well. Wary not to overextend here with that bomb. And Hazed will be able to fall back. It's like, oh no, Hazed, are you going for it here? He's going to flash himself through the smoke. Doesn't actually commit to it. As I say that though, eUnited starting to regroup towards short and going to try and take this A bomb site. CJ with a great double kill entry onto A there. This is what eUnited needed. And it will now be a 2v5 situation for CLG.
It's shocking, isn't it? Bit of fast mid A split action there, getting the round to go. It was upper dark aggression that first of all was thwarted by the eUnited team. So overextending there from CLG. And again, getting picked off at the start of the round, not boding well for them. But CJ's had a massive round there with that Galil. He picks up a triple, and he did some great work entering into that A-bomb side. So my apologies must go out there to all the eUnited fans. This is actually CLG's map pick.
Yes.
CLG did pick this one. They are the home team in this match. So maybe a bit better of an explanation as to what's going on at the moment on this particular map. 9-5, it is CLG's map pick. So things making a little bit more sense there, but regardless, eUnited still do have the opportunity to play a really good T side here, and they can pick up the next round. Cutler just out of position, pushing into that towards that long hut, and CLG, they actually look really good when they play defensive.
Yeah.
So they look a lot more solid and a lot more together. Those random pushes aren't really boding well for them. Every time we've sort of seen someone try, they've been taken down, and when they hold further back, large success.
Yeah.
So Rose there taking down A2Z. And Kusta able to pick up TCK. So 3 versus 4 right now. But the terrorists have found their way onto the bomb site.
And they most certainly have. And, oh, there we go. Trades going back and forth here. But Shinobi now finds himself in a 1 versus 3 situation. As he will look for that frag towards long. Actually makes it work. He's got a Molotov here as well to buy him some time from short. But he's getting approached here. Unable to make that frag onto Hazed, and CLG will move to a 10-5 half.
Really unfortunate there for Shinobi. I thought he did a great job of picking up that long kill. That Molotov that he threw at short hit the wrong part of the wall and landed short. It didn't bounce and cut off the whole push area. That's why the CT player there from CLG was able to push up in front of that Molotov and get the kill. I don't think Shinobi was quite aware that that angle was open because of the little ledge that runs around the A bomb site. Where that flame was reaching would have been blocked, and he wouldn't have been able to see exactly how far the flames extended. So CLG player there taking advantage of that, coming in and getting the job done. So 10-5 for CLG. So great CT half for them. They move into their T side. And eUnited really need this pistol round.
Oh, look, yeah, definitely. Definitely need this pistol round. And look, they can very well get it. CLG, though they are winning 10-5, definitely not playing the cleanest of CS. There's plenty of opportunities in that half for eUnited to capitalize on, and they were unable to. But going into this next half, you know, yeah, I'm looking to see them bounce back with the pistol. If they can secure the pistol and just go one round at a time from there, they should be able to turn this into an interesting game. I've still got CLG in this one quite comfortably, being their map pick, and just the way the game's played out so far. They haven't been super impressive, I don't think, but they're getting it done. They're getting the job done.
I think overall, eUnited are more of an upset team for me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really ever pick them going into a series just because their roster lacks firepower.
Yeah,
and in NA, where it's all about firepower and how many frags you can get how quickly, they don't really stack up. If they do have to rely on their teamwork, they can win, but at the same time, it's extremely difficult for them at times because they do get blown out of the water. That'll help though. CJ onto the first member there. It will be TCK pushing in as well, so it's now a 3 versus 5. But the positioning here all with eUnited. And look at this push. Shinobi able to take down Ethan. Cutler will fire back, but it'll be all too late.
Wow.
Vice and CJ there chiming in. But eUnited there were ridiculously quick with that flank in lower dark. They had 3 members there before CLG were even on the bomb site. And that's either just a lucky gamble, or they're well aware that CLG play B a lot on pistol. Either way, great round there from eUnited. They pick up a much-needed pistol. And CLG, after getting that bomb plant, will full eco this one in expectation of getting those AKs up next round.
Absolutely, and just to start, eUnited needed on their CT pistol here, and CLG Gaming opted into send some players up short rather aggressively here, and don't see any utility, so this is just going to be a waltz on out to the A site and potentially get a plant down. They are going to group up, so it will be all 5 players coming in here, but Shinobi with that FAMAS does get the double headshot to start things off. Pulls out the grenade. He's almost caught off guard there, but will be supported by A2Z. Real clean anti-eco coming out there from eUnited, and CLG will look to buy into this round.
Yeah, they will. And no upgrades there from eUnited, so I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense sometimes. They've got a fair few rifles on there now, so they've upgraded into an okay position. Just the one SMG there, UMP, but the armor penetration will work just fine. Now the T's have decided to hold long, but the T's have pushed out as well, so the battle for Middle-earth has been fought at long. Fire and brimstone everywhere. Now Ethan will be Molotoved out of his position. He should go down to CJ very easily. And CJ there, running out of ammo in the pit before he can get that second kill. But that's gone the way of eUnited, so they've started really well on their CT side here. And CLG, after buying into this one, are starting to feel some pressure.
Absolutely, CLG quick to recognize that eUnited had sent all of their A defending players towards this long choke point, and that meant that the short route into this A bomb site was truly open here as Cutler will take A2Z and actually gets a lot of damage there. I believe it's CJ in towards that long pit. And it will now be a 3v3 situation for eUnited, where they're going to have to look to try and retake this bomb site. Kusta just holding back towards short here, watching that long cross. To buy time and information for his teammates, he would have heard the players coming up from CT. The Molotov from Cutler is good to buy time. TCK and Bice, though, do find a double kill. It's now all going to be on Cutler to try and defend this bomb site. He will get the first one. Crucially, the last two are extremely low, but he just can't get the shots to land. And with the kits, is there enough time? No, there is most certainly not. So CLG will win the round. The retake did take too long. And yeah, Cutler did enough.
Don't know what they thought they were defusing there, eUnited. I mean, can they not hear the bomb? I mean, I'm sorry, but there was one player left on CLG and they got the kill. But when you hear the bomb ticking like that, and you know how long it takes to defuse the bomb as a counter. So Shinobi there, beautiful pressure coming up mid for eUnited, and he doesn't get the double, but he does get the collab onto Ethan. Sabrosa there picking up the kill on Shinobi. So this has gone back and forward here, but CLG sustaining a lot of damage. Cutler and Ethan onto just HP in the teens, 19 and 15 respectively. So heaps of damage there being done by eUnited, but the advantage doesn't go their way in terms of how many players are left alive. It's still workable here for CLG. And to be honest, with that upgraded weaponry and just battling the FAMAS and 2 pistols of eUnited, CLG should be in a good position here to regroup and be able to overpower their opponents.
Absolutely. I mean, that play from Shinobi, though he almost does get the double kill, it's actually going to cost his team a lot here, as giving up that AWP means that his teammates are left with only one M4 and a couple of pistols and a FAMAS. So, as I say that, though, they are making it work here, as A2Z will find a frag there, pushing up short with that CZ and turn it back into a 2v4 situation. Cutler and Kusta going to have to come up big for their for CLG here, as they're both incredibly low. And they're going to look to try and make something happen up short.
They will, and TCK there picking out mid, taking a little bit of damage, but not losing his life. He's very, very lucky to do so there. He overextends on the doors, but doesn't get punished. A2Z there with a lovely little tap down onto the short player. Cutler gets that spray to work in his advantage. Nicely controlled, but he's on 1 HP. And he's versing 3 oncoming CTs. It'll be a jumping kill here for CJ, or it should be. Yes, it is. He manages to get his feet to hit the ground just before he gets those bullets off. 11-8 to eUnited. And CLG on Eco possibly double on T side now. So looking at the money, 1-4, 1-5, and 2-1-7. This is a double for CLG. Hard reset, and eUnited can get themselves all the way up to 10 here before they will have to deal with the weaponry once again of CLG.
Oh, Cutlet though, with that one dig onto Shinobi. Good night, sweetheart. You're going to bed. As he looks for that second one, will not be able to find it. Vice will put him to rest there as well, and even up the numbers here until TCK decides that he wants to spray into upper dark onto the incoming terrace, and he will get both there. So 2v4 situation now for CLG, and they will need to recover the bomb, which has fallen into the here at upper dark. So Hazed going for that long-range Tech 9 battle. CJ will finish off Sub Rosa, and here we go. Another anti-eco successfully navigated.
Yeah, and you can see here that the AWPer, Shinobi, was here. Cutler gets the kill from here.
Yeah.
And he has two teammates that are at the doors here and here. Now, for CLG, after Cutler gets that kill, there's a second B player that gets drawn away from eUnited, and Cutler's still fighting that guy from top mid. The two CLG players at close mid doors didn't push out to get that second kill and save Cutler. And as a direct consequence, they weren't able to win the round because the pressure wasn't put on through those other two players. While that player was fighting Cutler and aiming his crosshair at top mid, those other two players at mid doors push out the doors, win that duel, and then force their way back to upper dark, and the rotations are all different. But CLG just a little bit hesitant to take that fight at mid doors as a team, and because of it, they go down. So they could have done that last round to the guy picking mid again. So good awareness there from CLG taking that frag this round, and that they'll make their way up short, but it won't be before Shinobi gets a pretty nice shot off there, but it's just going to be a slaughterhouse here for CLG trying to run into that A bomb site, or is it? A2Z needs to be careful not to go down here, because that would cause economic stress to his team, but it'll just be Sub Rosa trying to get this Deagle to get one more frag for him.
Absolutely, that extra frag would do wonders as far as restricting the economy of eUnited, and he will actually get it there onto A2Z. He couldn't help himself but to come over and have a look at what was going on, and he will pay the price for that now. eUnited will be able to muster out a pretty solid buy here. Canalogic Gaming are going to come in with their buy as well, so we are going to see the AWP battle. Kusta with up against Shinobi. And I'm hoping for a little bit of aggression coming out here from CLG, as they do look like they're going to group up towards long early. Cutler going to push out with those flashbangs. And he's actually got 3 CTs here, so very well played to get out of that choke point and force the defenders right back towards site. And this is going to open up the possibility here for CLG to really get a solid A-pincer on.
Certainly is, but they haven't taken any advantage of pushing up into that long area, and CJ will find the shot onto Hayes. So all the utility there by CLG used to get out that long doors has been absolutely wasted, as Shinobi picks up the kill. Although Ethan here can get across, he's nice and quick, and he is. CJ getting seemingly caught off guard somehow. Not sure, but it is Ethan getting that double. And now TCK's got a big job to do here. So Bros is trapped in lower dark, and TCK knows it. So this is all about this 2 versus 1 here for Ethan now. He's got 3 kills, and if he gets the ace, he'll clutch the round out for his team. Absolutely,
ace is on the cards here for Ethan, as he will have to defend this A-bomb site from 2 CTs that are both going to group retake here from long, as he finds the first one, spots the second player. Will he be able to make the spray work? He does. Ethan with the ace and the 1v2 clutch there for his team. Surely that's enough to get the CLG firing again, because it had been eUnited up until that round, and off the back of that, Ethan putting in work.
This could be the game here almost for eUnited.
Yeah.
In terms of how their economy is going to work. If they don't manage to get this one to go their way, they will go down 13-10 and face a double eco situation right through till the end of the half. But Shinobi putting in the hard yards here. That flash is good, but Vice will spray away. He only gets 1. Needed to do better there onto Kusta. But even though CLG don't have the man advantage right now, they do have the ability to plant this bomb and fight off the inferior weaponry of eUnited. So Cutler there getting a really awkward plant for his teammates. Both of his teammates are in dark. No idea why you'd plant there. Cutler, come on, man. Do what you got to do to get the bomb down, I guess, but there was every situation there where he could have planted at the front side of the bomb site. Two players coming in from dark here from eUnited, so they're going to have to put their foot on the gas pedal. Sabros is going to go in there. He gets one, he gets two. That's all over for the CTs. eUnited go down. Cutler will pick up that AWP as well, so CLG able to fend off the push there, and you can see the reset for eUnited. A couple of 1-9s thrown in with a couple of 2000s. So eUnited may be able to get away with one eco here before forcing again, but it will be a lackluster buy and there won't be an AWP involved. So that will go the way of CLG for at least this round, as we see a full eco coming out here from eUnited.
Yep, and a lot of aggression coming out from CLG towards short here, as they're not looking to mess around this round. The pop flash will come out. They actually spotted the player with the CT ramp. There it is. Cutler will take care of that. Subrosa chimes in with a frag of his own. CK, though, with that USP, will get the trade back onto Subrosa, but doesn't survive long after that. Ethan also putting in work, and A2Z and Vice with no investment into this round, other than I think a P250 there, find themselves in a 2v4 situation. And there it is. CLG will move to 14 plays 10, and I mean that round really coming back to bite eUnited for yeah, I mean that investment and their lack of economy management, even with those rounds that they were winning in a row, is really it's really starting to sting now.
Yeah, definitely everything on the line here for eUnited. Now this is the final roll of the dice. It's 14-10, and they've got all of those M4s up in play. So if they don't get a favourable outcome here, I can safely say that they'll be pretty much rolling the dice in the last round that they can get a few eco frags and get something pretty crazy to happen. But this is their last legitimate shot for a push towards the back end of this game to secure themselves the map. It is CLG's pick, so this one going the way that it should, I guess, in terms of the map choice. But right now for CLG, it's just about controlling that tempo, getting the kills that they want, and then making sure they finish off the late round. eUnited going for some strange plays towards the retake side of things in this half. So as soon as CLG get the bomb down, they look good to win the round.
Couple of smokes and flashes. We're coming out towards the A bomb side here. Subrosa trying to get real cheeky there with the drop into CT. Will get spotted out by CJ, and that's going to give a lot away here as Hazed trades back. Vice gets a frag of his own, but after all is said and done, CLG do end up in the favourable situation of numbers, but crucially, Ethan and Kuster on 8 and 2 HP respectively, so Hayes is going to have to come up big here as the retake is going to come in from A2Z and Shinobi, and A2Z has found himself in upper dark. Just put out the first player, unable to get it, but does land the frag onto Hayes, so it's now going to be Ethan and Kuster on extremely low HP against Shinobi and A2Z, and this is to keep eUnited in this.
Should be going more quickly here for eUnited. They're not leaving themselves a whole amount of time here, and I don't know if they've got it. I mean,
oh no.
eUnited, they're not moving quickly enough, not showing any sort of urgency. I mean, it's 14-10. You're on your last gun round. You don't have a kit, and you're just standing there waiting to retake. I mean, regardless of the HPs, it looks simple from our end because we can see the points of health, we can see the positions. It looks very, very simple. But from their point of view, the objective is simple also. There's a limited time to defuse the bomb. We don't have a kit, so therefore we need to get our skates on and you know, get towards the bomb as quickly as possible because we know we need that 10 seconds to defuse. So a bit strange for eUnited, and once again, CLG proved that once they get the bomb down, it's pretty much a wrap. eUnited haven't been able to retake at all.
Absolutely, and that AWP battle in mid has left both the AWPers legging themselves, and off the back of that, eUnited have sent 3 players towards top mid to really pressure Kuster here to the point that he's caught for some reinforcements, and there they are. Reinforcements have arrived. They will get Kuster out of a pretty sticky situation there. Vice will get a frag back onto Sub Rosa, but it will be a 4v2 situation, and this A bomb site is free for the picking.
It certainly is, and it will be the CLG guys getting the bomb down, and this should be all over by the shouting. Vice just swindling there, trying to find 4 kills and a defuse, but it's just going to be so difficult for him, and he'll go down. CLG, ladies and gentlemen, take that map. It is their choice. It is Dust2, and they've done enough to take that one against eUnited. Didn't beat themselves too badly, CLG. They were able to hold on to a lot of their T-side rounds late in the half, and for their CT side, for the most part, they looked fine defending the bomb sites when they were defensive. Got a little bit over-aggressive. Those pushes weren't working so well on the fringes for CLG, but other than that, they'll be happy with the W.
100%.
Moves them one step further forward away from relegation or having to play off for their spot again in the next season. So good news for them, but all in all, CLG taking their map pick. Any final thoughts on that one?
Look, you pretty much summed it up. I mean, CLG on their T side, excuse me, were a little bit shaky, but I feel like eUnited on their retakes, in particular, some of those attempts at defusing the bomb and not leaving themselves enough time was
tragic.
Real key difference there. Real key difference. So I'm looking forward to going into the next map. I think it's Train.
Yep. So it'll be eUnited's pick on Train.
Yep.
Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, you are joining us for Matchday 23 of the North American ESL Pro League series. I am PDG, and beside me has been Sean Bale-Carlson. Guys, we'll take a quick break before we get into map 2 between CLG and eUnited.